Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. As you can see from the title, today I will be covering 5 top cryptocurrencies that is covering what the metaverse is all about. So make sure you smash the like button, subscribe and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So the first cryptocurrency I do want to talk about, which is all related to what the metaverse is all about, is the Sandbox. So Sand is a native token of the Sandbox, a blockchain based game and metaverse world that lets you purchase, sell and stake variables non-fungible token, so the NFT, assets, namely virtual plots of land. Sand runs on Ethereum blockchain. One advantage of this is that Ethereum is a secure and stable network. On the flip side, Ethereum is notorious for imposing hefty gas fees on users who want to transact on its blockchain. So that is one downside of purchasing Sand. So the reasons to actually get involved in this project is that SoftBank is the backer. So if you know, SoftBank is a huge investing sort of firm. So it's very good that SoftBank is involved, and it lets users play, create, own and govern virtual metaverses. So this is one of the first projects that I want to talk about. I'm not going to go too in depth in what the Sandbox is. I will be creating a separate video on this as well. The Sandbox, ticker name being Sand, currently ranked 51st, so it's doing really well at the moment. I will be briefly going over the website later as well. Current price doing really well at the moment, up 22% over the last 24 hours, just circling over that $4 mark at the moment. Current market cap is 3.6 billion and the current circulating volume is over 4.2 billion. Going over the chart very briefly, you can see back early this year it was circling underneath that 50-cent mark before surging to where the price is at the moment. It did spike towards that $4.20 mark as well before dumping to where it is at the moment. So it's really doing well at the moment. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being on Binance, as you could trade against the USDT. But if you guys got exchanges on Huobi, BitThumb and so on, you could trade against that as well. So I will be jumping over onto the website now. So as I said, I will be briefly going over the website. I will create a separate video which illustrates exactly what the Sandbox is. So welcome to the open metaverse, the Sandbox. Play, create, own and govern a virtual metaverse made by players. So you can pre-register and buy land as well. Going over the partners, you can see huge partners such as The Walking Dead, the Smurfs, Atari and so on. So it is huge partners involved as well. So discover the Sandbox. The Sandbox is a virtual metaverse where players can build, own and monetize their virtual experiences. We empower artists, creators and players to build the platform they always envisioned, providing that means to unleash your creativity. So is a land, that you really want, something that you wanted to create exactly how you envisioned it as well. So go ahead and pre-register for that as well. Create in your own land. So NFTs are virtual tokens minted on the blockchain for digital scarcity, security and authenticity. They are unique, indivisible and non-interchangeable, allowing true digital ownership of in-game assets. So you can buy your own NFTs here as well. So you can buy lands and you can go ahead and discover the map as well. So why Sand? Sand is our main utility token that allows you to buy and sell lands and assets in the Sandbox metaverse. So that's just a bit about the token as well. In terms of NFTs, you can see these ones are really cool at the moment as well. So NFTs are virtual tokens minted on the blockchain for digital scarcity, security and authenticity. They're unique, indivisible and non-interchangeable, allowing true digital ownership of in-game assets. So it was already mentioned just above as well, but that's just about their NFTs as well. And you can go ahead and join the community, check out the market, create, map and what it's all about as well. So I will be jumping over to some recent news now. So with all this news around the metaverse, Sand has been picking up in terms of where they want to really be going to. So you can see here, I've jumped onto CoinMarketCap where it does illustrate all the recent news that's going to be happening. So there is 3 that's going to be happening later on this month and next month as well. So the Game Maker 1.0 release, Foundation DAO launch and the Sandbox Alpha. Just looking at this briefly, so you can see here, get ready for the Sandbox Alpha launching this month, so November 29th. Anyone can experience the Alpha Hub and 3 experiences: 5,000 alpha passes giving, access to content, NFT, and 1,000 sand. So get involved in this hype is very, very good. Everything is going towards that metaverse sort of reality virtual world. So it's huge. So there's other news as well. You go ahead and check. I'll leave all the relevant links below as well. So I will be jumping over onto the price analysis now. So guys, what everyone's been waiting for, the price analysis. As you can see, I have marked out that all-time high around that $4.20, which did happen on a couple of days ago, so around that hype with the metaverse. So it did actually happen a couple of days ago where that all-time high was. All-time low being around that 0.005 level. So if you was unable to, pick up early on this year and was able to keep on to where it is at the moment, you would have made a rough 140,000% gain. So massive congrats to you all for holding that much. So that is massive gains. So even if you picked up here and and held it all the way up here, you would have made a nice quick 4 to 5x whereas at the over down here. So it's huge that you were able to actually pick up back then as well. So just jumping onto weekly time frame, you can see I have drawn out this zone where I did mark out these 2 arrows where that level of rejection was, where that resistance was formed around that dollar mark. And ever since then, it has actually had a little bit of a fake out and then was able to break through that zone completely, literally a couple of weeks ago, last month in fact. And since then, it's just completely been smashing all those highs. You can see here, all those highs were smashed. And this week, in fact, it just went to an all high over here. So literally a couple of days ago, when that all-time high was around that $4.20. So it's just huge that, that ranging zone was here. If you will be able to pick up here, it would have been nice as well. And then obviously it went all the way up there. So that's just a quick analysis on weekly. Jumping into daily, if you guys want to, trade this against, on futures or anything like that, I have drawn out this Fibonacci level, and you can see it did reject that 61.8 level very nicely, create a nice level of support here as well, around that $2.20 before surging completely up and tapping into that 1.27 level, surging just shy of that 1.41 level. But it did tap on that level. It does look like it's rejecting that level right now. If it does, I see it either retracing back down to the 100% level around that $3.50 before creating still level of support and going back up to a new high, or it might completely break down towards this resistance level around here, around that $3.30 before creating level of support and going back up and retracing maybe before going to a new high, or it might just completely smash below that resistance and going down towards these supports around that $2.75 level. So these are literally 3 different scenarios which I see happening with sand in terms of the next couple of days. In fact, especially with that news happening, a couple of days, in a couple of weeks time, there is a lot of hype around this coin at the moment. So this is just the first coin which I wanted to talk about. The second coin I want to talk about is decentralized Mana. So I have already made a video on this before covering everything about it, so I will leave the link below if you want to check it out. But to be brief about it, Decentraland, known as the virtual social world, encapsulates everything that is the metaverse. To keep things short and succinct, Decentraland, launched in 2015, is a digital environment that mimics the physical realm. In Decentraland, you can attend virtual events, play games, trade digital goods in marketplaces, and hang out with other members around the world. Players who've explored Decentraland say it's reminiscent of Second Life, VR chat, and even Animal Crossing. Every virtual element in Decentraland is owned autonomously by its players. Users can secure virtual property ownership via a cryptocurrency called Mana, which, like Sand, runs on the Ethereum blockchain. Decentraland also has hosted a virtual music festival with people such as Paris Hilton as well. So it's pretty big in terms of where what Mana is. In terms of the reason to buy it, is widely available, well established, and hosted by celebrities, filled with musical festivals as well, which I already just mentioned just previously. So Decentraland Mana, ticker name being Mana, doing really well at the moment, nearly that shy of top 30. I will be briefly going over the website. Currently the price is doing really well at the moment, up nearly 15% over the last 24 hours. Currently circling just shy of that $3.60. Current market cap over 6.5 billion. Circulating volume is over 4.3 billion. Going over the chart very briefly, it was circling around that 0.002 level around 2017, but ever since then just surged all the way up to a peak around that $1.50 before having that nice clean retrace and back until where it is at the moment in terms of price. In terms of where to buy it, definitely the best place being on Binance, but you could trade against all these other exchanges as well. So I will be jumping over onto the website now. Going over the website very briefly, you can see here welcome to Decentraland, create, explore and trade in the first ever virtual world owned by its users. So you can see from this background over here is pretty much related to what the metaverse is all about. Virtual sort of land, virtual environment in terms of where people could explore, create their own worlds and so on. So you can literally see how everything's going to be going out as well. So you go ahead and get started as well. You can literally get started. You can see as well, start exploring. So explore, lose yourself in an amazing evolving world, explore lands owned by its users to experience incredible scenes and structures, from a space adventure to medieval dungeon maze to entire villages crafted from the minds of community members. So you can see here the characters here as well, you know, Martin, Anne and so on, and that will be your own virtual character over here. So you create, test the limits of your imagination, create scenes, artworks, challenges and more using the simple builder tool, then take part in events to win prizes. For more experienced creators, the SDK provides the tools to fill the world with social games and applications. So you go ahead and start building already. In terms of trade, the virtual destination for digital assets, buy and sell land, estates, avatar wearables and names in decentralized marketplaces, stocking the very best digital goods, and is backed up by the Ethereum blockchain. So you could trade goods as well. So pretty much how, you know, you have NFTs, you can have these virtual goods as well in terms of what you can do with, you know, these sort of tools. You can buy this, you can sell it off to someone else as well, or keep it in terms of if the price goes up as well. So that's just a quick brief on the website as well. So I will be jumping over onto the recent news now. With recent news, I have jumped over again to CoinMarketCap, where it does have this, which is actually been happening right now as we speak. So Maina listing on StakeCube, click on this. You can see here StakeCube tweeted this. Maina will be coming to StakeCube on November 18th, so it will be listed on their platform, so you can earn, trade and build with this as well. So this is huge as well, and hopefully this does actually help price go up as well, especially to getting their name out there as well. I'm pretty sure a lot of people does know what Decentraland is as well. So I will be jumping over onto the price analysis now. So guys, going over the chart again, you can see here I have jumped onto the monthly time frame, illustrated here the all-time low being around that 0.003 level and the all-time high being around that $5.03. So if you did pick up from the all-time low, you would have made a massive gain, over 340,000% gain. So if you did pick up back around that 2017 mark and to where it is at the moment, huge congrats again. So that is a huge, you know, returns as we speak. Have drawn this Fibonacci as well, and you can see here clearly played out nicely. It rejected that 61.8 level, create a nice level of double support over here as well, double bottom support, before just smashing through all the way up to that over down there. So if you did pick up around here where that support was formed around that 50-cent mark, you would have made nice, you know, quick 10x over there as well, especially, you know, if you picked up here and you're very new to that project as well. So that is very good. Just jumping over onto the weekly as well, you can see here have drawn out these two level of zones. First one being this resistance zone around that $1.40 and that support zone being around that 50-cent level. So that was ranging for quite some time. You can see here since around that March time to around literally this month, it was ranging below that $1.50 until very recently, you know, literally a couple of weeks ago, it just completely smashed towards that high around that $5 mark. So if you did pick up here around that, you know, 75-cent mark to that $5 mark, you would have made very nice gains just from then. So you can see, go ahead and check out my previous video as well, and you can see where that price was from, where I did say price was going to. So you'd be surprised how accurate my actual trades are. So that is pretty much what I think. It did smash that resistance level here as well. You can see here around that $3 mark, that resistance was formed literally a couple of weeks ago. It did smash through that. Even this week, it did break the high of this previous last week as well. So it does look like the target could go back up to all-time high. So never too late in terms of project, especially coming to the metaverse or environment. These projects are already there, so people will be looking out for this as well. So that is that as well. Jumping onto the daily as well, there was that downward channel formed. You can see here it did have that rejection from that resistance level around that $3.60 until where it is at the moment. So it did go down, did smash through that. It did slightly retest over here around that $2.60, and it does look like it's going back up here. But you can see here it does look like it's rejecting this resistance here. There was the resistance formed here, and it does look like it's rejecting. It has been rejecting it a lot of times here as well. It's rejected this week, and this week as well. So just be aware of that. So it might actually retrace back further to around here. You can see here before this, this support turns resistance around here, or it might just completely smash it, as I said, turn to support and go up towards a new high, is what I'm actually thinking of happening, especially with recent news happening and with all this metaverse hype at the moment. I do see a lot of people jumping on board with this project. Or the worst case is obviously, completely going through this support here, ignoring this double bottom being formed over here, and just completely going down and melting back towards those 50-cent level. But I don't ever see that happening. But if it does, perfect time to pick up. But so that is what I think about Decentraland. So I will be jumping over onto the third coin now. So the third coin is metahero, a coin that has been featured on my channel a lot of times, just because I think this project is really good, and it's one of the first projects I actually thought about the metaverse as well, and really implemented the metaverse or environment, and it really does look like it's going towards that metaverse environment as well. So metahero isn't as established as Decentraland. It's launched this year. However, its token hero has attracted a lot of attention among metaverse pundits due to metahero's fascinating, mind-blowing project. Metahero is a 3D scanner technology that recreates real-world objects, humans included, and recreates them into Ultra HD avatars. In other words, the core mission of Metahero is porting physical objects into the digital virtual realm. These virtual objects are also minted as NFTs. In order to use Metahero, you need a secure Heroes token. Hero is built on the Binance Smart Chain, so you don't have to worry about bank-breaking Ethereum gas fees. So that is just a quick brief of Metahero. I've done tons of videos of this already, so if you do want to check out what Metahero is, go ahead out, check the links below. So Metahero, ticker name being Hero, currently it is in that top 3,000, so just shy of that 2,800. I will be briefly going over the website as well. Currently the price not doing too bad at the moment. It is down, I'm afraid, 4% over the last 24 hours. It is circulating just shy of that 10-cent level. Current market cap is over 486 million. Circulating volume is over that 10 million. Going with the chart very briefly, it was circulating around that 0.007 level before going all the way up to around that 17-cent level here, where it did dip. We're all the way at the moment. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being on KuCoin, but as I said, the best place for me personally will be on PancakeSwap, where you could trade against that BNB, where it is and has always been started from. So that is definitely being the best place. So you could trade against this exchange as well if you're comfortable trading with that USDT. So that is that. So I will be jumping over onto the website now. Instantly seeing this website, you can see these guys are going towards that future metaverse environment. So the gateway into the metaverse, Ultra HD meta scanning technology. There is a lot to cover over here, so I will be going over it very briefly. But you can see here, be your own hero with our 3D technology. We are proud to have partnered with Wolf Studio, a global leader in 3D scanning and modeling. Create avatars for the metaverse, gaming, social, fashion, and scan artwork to create NFTs. The use cases of our technology are only limited by your imagination. So create your own 3D avatar, scan and create 3D NFTs, and use Hero token to transact. So there is a Metahero trader as well, which does show you how it is. And you can see here, if this is you, you can see your character here as well. And you can see, as I said, you create your own fashion as well. So you can dress how you like and, create your own NFTs and go for it. Your mind is obviously limitless as well, so you go for it and see what you could do as well. You can see here, enter the metaverse as well, and you can see how you design for your heroes and so on. There is a lot to cover here, and I did already cover this in the previous video, which it will be in the link below as well. So I will be jumping over onto the price analysis now. Going over the price analysis, I have highlighted this zone over here, which is that strong level of support around that 0.007 level. So if it does dip down here, I do see that third touch to the trend line. You can see here that strong trend line. If it does touch here, it will be great, and it would create a nice level of strong support before going back up to these new highs over here. You can see here that high was formed around that 17-cent level, and a lot of people did sell off, obviously, because it's a new high. Smashed that previous high before here as well. A lot of people got greedy and did sell off here as well. But obviously this coin is fairly new. It's a very new token. I can't really jump onto the monthly time frame because it doesn't show much data just because it's new. It's only been a couple of months old. So this is just a start. I do see it, catching up to where these big players such as Decentraland, Sandbox and so on. So just give it time, and I do see a lot of stuff happening with this project. So that is what I'm thinking. Either dip down here before going up, and of course it will just smash back up towards those highs as well. Even jumping onto daily again, had really zoomed in here in this one, so I have marked out this level of support now as well, around that 10 cent region. So the worst case as I'm thinking is either completely break that support, retesting it, and then completely smashing down towards this range over here. But I don't ever see that happening, just because that is very low target, especially from where it is at the moment. As another 3%, third of a drop down here, so I don't see that happening over there. But what I do see happening is either creating that level of support again. A lot of people hyping up the coin as well before going up towards that high initially around that 18 cent level before creating a new high and so on. You don't want to think that's going to smash all-time high all the time. So that is what I'm thinking. So either a drop down here, but I don't see that happening. Maybe a minor drop to around these supports around that 6-7 cent before going up, or just completely going up past that 10 cent initial level and then going up to a new high. Hopefully seeing this coin hit that 50 cent level later on this year or even early next year is what I'm hoping for this coin. So I will be jumping over onto the fourth coin now. So the fourth metaverse related cryptocurrency is Star Atlas. So Star Atlas is a virtual gaming world that takes place in the year 2620. As a citizen of Star Atlas, it's up to you to excel at territorial conquest, political domination, and resource collection. As you struggle through intergalactic conflict, you have the opportunity to earn rewards in the form of tokens. Players can use Atlas to buy digital assets such as ships, crew, land, and equipment. Another in-game currency one can secure in Star Atlas is Polis, which is mainly used in game governance procedures. For example, publication of laws and decreased as Star Atlas leaders. So the main advantages of buying this, it runs on the Solana blockchain, and not gonna lie, it's a really cool concept as well. The disadvantage of this as well is because there's a 2-token system, it can confuse investors as well. So going over CoinMarketCap very briefly, current ranking is just shy of that 280. You can see 279. The Star Atlas ticker name being Atlas. Currently the price not doing really well at the moment. It is down 10% over the last 24 hours, circulating just over that 12 cent mark. Current market cap is just shy of that 278 million. Circulating volume is over 46 million. Going the chart very briefly, it did have that massive surge to around that 27 cent level before dipping down towards those lows around that 0.07 level before surging back up to another high around that 17 cent level before dipping down to where it is at the moment. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being on FTX. You could trade against the USDT, but there's other exchanges you could trade against as well. So I will be jumping over onto the website now. I've jumped over to the website, and not gonna lie, this is definitely my favorite website out of all of them so far. You can see here Star Atlas, a grand strategy game of space exploration, territory conquest, political domination, and more. So you can see here experience partners, showroom, and so on. So if I'm going to click here, you can see this crazy animation is going to be happening. So boom. So it's just going into the sort of virtual world as well. You can see a future reality, a world vast beyond imagining. So going over here, when I'm scrolling, you can see all these crazy animation here as well. It's absolutely insane. So you can see here depths of the universe, immerse yourself in the spectacular living of Metaverse and experience the future. So just going again, this is actually insane. So I like that bit where you can see the rocket ship going in as well. So this is insane. Space technology of tomorrow, fly your state-of-the-art spaceship equipped with 27th century technology of wherever your heart desires. So you can see they really are thinking about the future and really want to see if this will go towards the future and how the future would exactly look. So not gonna lie, you have fun just by looking at this website. You can see these are all the sort of characters you can pick as well. So you click on each one, you can see which one and what they exactly do, and you can see here as well in terms of when I'm scrolling down, you can see the amount of light years and going down as well. So this is just a very brief understanding of what the website is and what these guys are going for as well. As I said before, I will be doing a much more in-depth videos of all these cryptocurrencies as well. So I will be jumping over onto price analysis now. Going over the price analysis, have jumped onto the weekly time frame just because I can't really see much data on the monthly time frame. On the weekly, I can see this resistance level formed around that 21 cent level, that all-time high around here, around that 27 cent level before obviously that dip. So that resistance level is very strong where it is at the moment. So from all these weeks, you can see from that all-time high, there was these massive rejections here as well. That nice level of support formed around that 7 cent level as well. So what I can see at the moment, a couple of weeks ago, there was that resistance formed around that 17 cent level, and since then these last 2 weeks has not been very nice, has been very bearish as well. So what I expect is either a deeper further drop to around that 7 cent region, which would be nice for people who hasn't heard about this coin to pick up from around this region before going back up, creating a nice triple bottom pattern before going back up. Or what it might do is completely flip and go obviously smash into this minor resistance here around that 17 cent level before going up towards that 21 cent level and going towards an all new time high. So these are the two scenarios which I'm thinking as well. Jumping onto the daily, have drawn out this Fibonacci as well. You can see from that all-time high around that 27 cent level, it did have that massive retracement back, create that nice level of rejection around that 61.8 level here as well. You can see it did dip, but it did support around that, you know, between that 61.8, between that 78.6 as well. So that region around that red region is that sort of danger area. If it does dip here, there might be another support being formed again, or it might completely break as well, is what I'm thinking. So have marked out this massive red zone here is what I'm thinking. If it does drop below this support here, around this here, you can see around that 12 cent region, if it does dip below this, it's either going to dip down here before going to create that level of support again and going back up, or it might just completely flip and you can see here create that level of support around here, breaking that resistance level here around that 18 cent level before going up to that high again and towards a new high, you know, that 30 cent, 35 cent and so on, is what I'm thinking in terms of Atlas. So those are the two scenarios in terms of Atlas. So I will be jumping over to the final metaverse related crypto now. So the last metaverse related crypto, so this is Bloktopia. Bloktopia is a metaverse that features a virtual skyscraper with 21 floors. Why 21? Well, the Bloktopia team wants to pay homage to Bitcoin, which has a cap of 21 million. In this VR skyscraper, Bloktopia members can create their own avatars, socialize, learn about crypto, and purchase metaverse real estate. With VR real estate, users can create artwork, games, challenges, scenes, and more with a simple builder tool that will be at their disposal. Bloktopia runs on Polygon, which uses the Matic token to power its network. Unlike Ethereum, it allows affordable and rapid transactions. So the reason to buy this coin at the moment, it runs on the Polygon blockchain and it merges VR and NFT technology. So the disadvantages for it at the moment, Bloktopia is just a concept for now. So there is a lot of time for it to grow as well. So Bloktopia, ticker name being Blok, current rank is not too bad at the moment, just shy of that 225th region, so it's 227 at the moment. I will be briefly going over the website in a bit as well. The price really is doing well at the moment. It is up 8% over the last 24 hours, just circling shy of that 10 cent region. Current market cap is over 775 million. Current circulating volume is over 135 million. Going to the chart very briefly, it was circling at the lows around 0.004 before having that massive surge to around that 17 cent region before that dip back to where it is at the moment. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being on KuCoin, as you could trade against the USDT, but you could trade against these other exchanges here as well. So I will be jumping over onto the website now. Well, you can clearly see from this website how futuristic it all is. You can see here, this all looks very metaverse related, as you can see. So you're going down here, you can see here actual in-game footage as well. So a decentralized metaverse built and backed up by Polygon, Bloktopia will provide an unprecedented VR experience for the crypto community, bringing users together all in one immersive and engaging environment. So this is you, and this is how everything will look as well. So you can see here, introducing Bloktopia, the home of crypto. Bloktopia, the skyscraper made up of 21 levels to pay recognition of 21 million Bitcoin. So I did already mention everything here as well. So I will leave all the relevant links below as well. You can see here, create, learn, and you could earn. So how big is that? And obviously you could play as well. So you can see here an ever-changing reality on the block. You can see everything here is very futuristic, everything that you want to see in terms of the real world and how everything looks as well. So you can see what it is as well. You can see a bit more about what Metaverse is and so on as well. So this is a quick brief of what Bloktopia is all about. So I will be jumping over onto price analysis. So the final piece of analysis that I want to be giving you guys, it has been a very long video, so hopefully you guys have been sticking around for this video and able to pick up and learn a bit more about what the Metaverse is all about as well. So there isn't much data on the monthly or weekly, so I have just jumped onto the daily time frame you can see here. So I have drawn out this massive red region, which is a bit of a danger area, as you say. So you can see here there was that resistance formed here and that support was formed here as well. So if I do see a drop back to this level, there might be a potential drop of this break of this support here. Maybe over there you can see here the scenario C here might completely break towards these level of supports around that 3 cent to 4 cent region, which obviously none of us want to see, but that might be the worst case. The other case I see here as well, a little bit of a drop down to this region here, create that double bottom pattern here before going back up to a new high, or this best case scenario here, smashing these resistance level here and cleaning this level of candle here, which happened this day over here around that 3rd of November, before creating that level of supports that around that high and smashing that all-time high around that 17 cent, and obviously going up to a new high towards that 20 cent, 25 cent, and that 50 cent target, which everyone wants, and obviously that dollar target as well is what everyone wants as well. But that is the sort of 3 scenarios I see happening. Obviously that all-time low you can see here around that 0.0002 level. So if you did pick up then to where it is at the moment, look at the massive gains you would have made, around 30,000% gain you would have made. So that is literally the scenario which I think of happening with Blok, and in terms of where it's going towards as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, especially with all the Metaverse related hype, and these cryptos are there at the moment with all the hype, and you can see it happening with crypto environment as well. So hopefully you guys will be able to pick up these coins as well, especially after you do your own research, especially if you want to pick up these coins, see what these guys are doing as well. As I said, I will be doing a more in-depth video of all of these coins as well in the future, especially with all this Metaverse hype happening. Everyone wants to jump on crypto as well. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.